All right, we're live.
Okay, it is 3:31, and I will go ahead and call to order the Lodging Advisory Commission meeting. Clerk, Sarah, do you want to go ahead and do roll call for me?
Commission Member Boyle.
Present.
Commission Member Owens.
Here.
Commission Member Nickel.
Present.
Okay, we do have a quorum.
Okay, great. And do we have anybody either online or in attendance who'd like to make a public comment?
There is no one in physical attendance and there are no attendees online. And I did not receive any written comments.
Great. And at this time, we will review the consent agenda, which includes the agenda for our November 2nd, 2023 agenda, approve the minutes from our August 21st of 2023 meeting, and then if we have anybody who'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay. If there are no questions, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, same sign. And the motion carries. Sherry, do you want to go ahead and deliver the lodging tax funds report for us?
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the actual 2023 beginning balance was $60,820. Year to date, we've received $32,717 in revenues. We estimate that there's going to be another $10,905 in, that should be additional 2023 revenues. And the total would be $104,442 in estimated. That also should be 2023 revenues. Year-to-date expenditures, $13,519. We estimate that there is another $4,500 in additional expenditures for this year. And so that brings our total to $18,019. So our estimated fund balance is $86,423. Subtracting the 20% reserve minimum, that leaves an estimated $69,138 in estimated 2024 available funds.
Great. Are there any questions about this report? No? Okay. And then if you want to go over the request for proposal announcement as well.
Okay, so a request for proposals for lodging tax funds was published in the Union Bulletin on August 24th and September 7th. It was also sent to the members on the RFP distribution list on Wednesday, August 23rd, along with the 2024 applications for lodging tax funds, excuse me.
And these were the announcements that during our August meeting, we had approved those ads and announcements. So, okay, if there's any questions, go ahead and let us know. Otherwise, let's go ahead and move into the regular agenda for the meeting, which will include this year's funding applications. Okay. You want to go ahead and let's just go through them in order. And looks like the first one is from Fort Walla Walla Museum. For reference, Sherry, do you remember how much we funded to Fort Walla Walla last year?
4,500.
4,500, okay. And is that the 4,500 that we're expecting additional funds expenses in this year?
Yes.
Okay, so we're still waiting for their expense part. Okay. And John and Steve, I'll kind of defer to you guys. I looked through these ahead of time, so I'd already noted if I had questions, and I didn't for these guys. Do either of you guys have questions about Fort Walla Walla's application?
No, I did not have a chance to go through it in detail.
Okay.
Did anything jump out at you that was different from previous?
It didn't, and I felt like a $500 increase. I knew that they'd been at about that amount last year. I couldn't remember what it exactly was, and I was going to try to find it, and then didn't get a chance. So a $500 increase, I felt like was really not anything that I raised my eyebrows about, especially given the inflation of everything else these days. They're definitely one of the locations I think that brings in a number of people from outside of our direct community. So I didn't have any concerns with their request.
Okay,
Okay,
I don't have any
no
other
questions.
questions.
Okay. And so would you both be comfortable with us recommending to the council that we fund this at the $5,000 that they're requesting?
Yes,
Yes? Okay. Great. And I think since these are not technically action items, Sherry, correct me if I'm wrong, do we need motions for these, or is discussion adequate? What do you need from us?
We can go through the applications and then at the bottom,
Funding
Number-
recommendation?
make the recommendation to council. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So if there aren't any other questions about Fort Walla Walla, let's go ahead and take a look at Powerhouse. And it looks like Mary actually joined from the Powerhouse, has joined the meeting. So as we go through this, John and Steve, if either of you have questions, she would be available to answer those for you as well.
so the request is for 10,000.
Yes, I believe that's correct. Don or Steve, do you have any questions for Mary?
No, no questions.
Okay, John?
Nope.
Okay. Then we will go ahead and take a look at the Walla Walla Valley Chamber of Commerce's application.
There's some small writing.
Make that a little bit bigger if we can.
I've got it open on another screen.
You've
I've
got it,
gone
okay.
there. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. It's still small.
And I will say what I loved about this application is that it is funding not just specifically for the chamber, it's for production of filming of our valley and actually like tourist attraction that kind of helps all of the organizations actually, which is pretty fabulous.
Yeah, the chamber used to do a film festival, for lack of a better term, but
And Arlene Allen is in attendance if you have any questions.
Arlene? Can she hear me? Can Arlene hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Arlene. Hey, is this sort of intended to be similar to what the chamber has done in the past? Years ago, there was a film off, Walla Walla Film Office. I forget the term that was used at the time, but is this kind of bringing that back, so to speak?
So I have only been here 5 months,
Right.
and so I honestly don't know that whole history. So I'd love to hear about it someday. And I've heard it alluded to, but I don't know anybody, and there's no one on my board who kind of knows what happened then. I started my career in film and television as a production designer. I was trained as an architect. And so I have been working with various organizations to bring film to different communities, both in Arizona and in Western Washington. And in Washington FilmWorks has fabulous program right now to bring film to rural Washington, and they have incentives for film up to 45% of their production budget. So Washington FilmWorks, because I did this in Jefferson County when I ran the chamber there before here, they asked me if I would take it on. And I looked around the community and asked all the governments the questions, are you doing this now? And they said no. So the chamber board and our affiliates in Team Walla Walla decided we would take on this project. It's a long-term project. And we're just starting it this year and are excited about it because those incentives won't last forever. We just this morning firmed up the fact that we will be doing at the end of April a FAM tour, which is a familiarization tour for 2.5 days with Washington Filmworks, bringing 12 production managers to the Walla Walla Valley. And so that firm is happening, and we are excited about that. So, and there is a film coming here that is going to work with us as sort of a beta to work through the applications and the permitting processes and everything else. It's a small budget film, but it's a start. So we're excited about that.
Sounds great. Yeah, it's interesting that you brought this idea kind of on your own, because it is something that was done in the past. Sounds very similar. I don't know how long it lasted in its prior existence, but I think it's a great idea. And yeah, all the things you talk about in terms of shining a light on our area and economic assistance to lots of different businesses and companies and different things. It sounds great. And let's talk later offline. I think I can put you in touch with somebody who knows a whole lot more about the history of it than I do locally.
Okay, do you guys have it, John and Steve, do you guys have any other questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. And Sherry, if you want to go ahead and present on the City of College Place's application for this year.
Hi, my name's Athen. I'm the city events coordinator for the City of College Place. So this is the application for Freedom Festival. This is the Sunday right before 4th of July, and we hold it at the College Place High School. We have a live concert, vendors, and a grand fireworks show at the end. And we get about 2,000 attendees. Yes, please let me know if you have any questions on this.
Are there any significant changes to you applied for funds last year, right? For this?
Yes, correct.
You funded this, yeah, okay.
And the
any
event has grown the year over year, the last
Yeah,
couple of
okay.
years too, correct? Seems like this year had a good pull.
Yeah, we have seen growth in the past few years. I just started in January, so this past year was my first Freedom Festival. And even then we saw, a couple hundred extra attendees. And so I anticipate more growth in the future.
John and Steve, do you have any other questions?
No questions.
No.
Okay. Okay. Were there any thoughts, concerns, or questions about any of today's applications as we look at funding? Sherry, do you have, just so we know, the total handy of dollars requested between the 4 requests?
Give me just one moment.
I believe it's 34.
I thought it was something like that. I kept coming up with.
That doesn't sound right. 33.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think I've got like 36.5. Does that sound about right?
Well, it's 48 I got. What are we missing?
Okay, hold on. Let's try again. Fort Walla Walla wanted 5,000.
Yeah.
Powerhouse had 10.
Uh-huh.
What was the chamber was 7,500? Is that what I saw?
I thought it was more.
7,500. And then City of College Place is 14,000. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, I've got 36.5. Are there concerns with any of the ask amounts on any of these applications?
No concerns here.
Okay.
Nope.
Nick? No? Okay. So fully funding all four requests brings us in considerably under our budgeted allowance. And so does somebody feel comfortable making a motion to recommend funding as presented?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. If there's no other questions, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, and the motion carries. Sherry, do you have anything else that we should be looking at, taking into consideration, or need us to address?
I will take these recommendations to council. Probably our next council meeting is going to be November 14th.
Okay. Great. And is there a motion to conclude the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and meeting is concluded at 3:53.